Hey guys, I just wanted to go over a couple of new molds that I got out this morning, and those are these guys right here. Hopefully the audio quality is good, by the way. I finally figured out what was going on. It was just a different filter from what I thought was causing the problem. It fixed the problem for me when I got rid of the first one. That's not what this video is about, but yeah, suffice to say, if it sounds good, let me know in the comments. But yeah, so I pulled out these two today. They are not perfect. They're not supposed to be. These are mostly tests. I've never done casting with transparent color before, so this was not something I was expecting to work out as well as it did. This one is prior to cleanup, except I did cut out the flashing for the eyes here. This one is mostly post cleanup. There's still some spots I need to touch up, but the eyes on this one were actually no flashing at all because I actually taped those off before casting. There is a spot on the bottom here where I had attached the funnel. I don't know why I attached it to the base of the mask instead of just attaching it to the mouth area instead. That would have been much cleaner, much simpler, and I think it would have actually made removing the mask slightly easier as well. But I didn't do that because I didn't think about it. So hey, you know, live and learn. But that said, it looks really good nonetheless. There are some issues with it that are not going to make it great for transparent masks. For one thing, a bubble appeared in the silicone. I didn't even see that when I was cleaning the mold out, so it completely escaped me. But there are a couple of spots on the inside where I did my cuts and everything where it left some flashing. Not a major deal. It's all on the inside though. As far as I can tell, the outside is completely flawless, which makes me super happy because this one is flawed on the outside. All of my Hunas are right now, just because the mold that I'm using leaves a scar underneath the eye. That said, this one is definitely the most minimal of any of them in terms of scarring, so it actually came out really clean, all things considered, and I'm very happy with that. So I'll definitely do some cleanup on that one here in a few. There are some spots on it from not cleaning out the mold. That is also something I wanted to test out, so that was intentional to not fully clean it from the last cast, which was this guy right here, which is a gold mica powder. And I think it looks really good. So it does, of course, have the scarring again, as mentioned, but the mask itself looks just excellent. But yeah, that said, that is basically it so far. I've got 3 casts in the pressure pot currently. I'm trying to match Lego's yellow, so we'll see. This is my first one, and it is a Huna, the Huna, a Rao, and a Ruru. The Ruru is another experiment that I wanted to try. Honestly, I was not originally expecting the cut molds to work with masks like this, so that blew me away, the fact that it actually worked quite well. And so I figured, if that works, why don't I try doing a horizontal cast? I know that that's like not intuitive, because, you know, where bubbles are going to form, where are they going to escape, right? But that's kind of why I wanted to try it, just to kind of see, you know, hey, if I can get the bubbles out of this and the mask is horizontal, that's a lot less material in terms of silicone that I have to use to actually cast or make molds for each of these, because the mold for this mask here is like 250 grams of silicone. It's quite a lot, whereas the mold for my Ruru is under 50 grams. And that's obviously a big upgrade. That said, obviously it did mean doing things very differently. And also on that one, I was smarter. I actually attached the funnel to the mouth instead of to the mask itself, but I did forget to tape off the eyes and all the holes in the mask. The Ruru has 5 holes in the mask, so those areas did bond, which meant removing the Ruru was much more difficult than it needed to be. In theory, all I should have had to have done is basically cut along the center back of the mask, and then cut along the sides at the top of the forehead and at the bottom of the chin, so that I could basically open it like a book. But because those eye holes and stuff were not sealed, it meant that silicone could obviously get through there, and I have to cut through all of that stuff, which means it is going to leave some flashing behind. As mentioned, this hole here is a mold without tape, so you can see exactly how much stuff that leaves. This is what it comes out as with tape. No resin there at all. It did all the cleaning itself. I have no cleanup to do on those eyes, so that's gorgeous. I will definitely stick with that in the future if I keep up with these cut molds. I'm shocked. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.